And we're here on the internet, out of nowhere. I gotta get an opening one of these days, otherwise it's just suddenly, oh, the show has started. And give me a thumbs up as always in the chat room. Make sure you can hear me just fine. And welcome to Unproduced Live, the weekly script reading show where we take actual unproduced scripts from some of the biggest franchises in Hollywood and read them with a bunch of silly voices so you have no idea what happened anyway. So tonight we are reading the 1993 script for Spider-Man by James Cameron, Barry Cohen, and Ted Newson. So this is the first of two scripts that James Cameron was involved in back in the 90s, and this was the only one that was actually completed, and it features Dr. Octopus as the main villain. The second version he wrote, which you may be more familiar with, is only a 50-page scriptment. Basically, that means it's mostly description with a couple of dialogue scenes put in there. And that one's a little more famous because it has a fun scene where Mary Jane and Peter Parker have sex on the Brooklyn Bridge. And you're like, oh, okay, sure. And I think there's a lot more F-bombs and things because that's what James Cameron does. He drops F-bombs. So since we aren't going to be able to do that one for our full script reading, I'm actually going to be doing that on July 3rd as its own standalone thing. I'm still working out the details on it, but July 3rd we will be going through the scriptment. So no matter what, we will be covering all things James Cameron and Spider-Man. So don't you worry about a thing. So in any event, Cameron, a fun fact is, of course, James Cameron was going to cast Leonardo DiCaprio as Spider-Man because, you know, he worked with someone and went, yeah, I'll do it again. Why not? And we weren't able to get Leonardo DiCaprio for tonight's reading. He's working on a new Critters movie, considering Critters 3 was the first movie he was ever in. But actually, we have someone so much better, and this is going to introduce, returning from his role as Scraggy from Indiana Jones and the Monkey King, we have Isaac Robinson Smith as our Spider-Man. Yes, and he seems very muted. Say something, Isaac.
Hello.
Oh, good.
Hi.
You sound fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Great.
Well. And you can hear this fine man in the Final Fantasy VII Remake, as well as, was it Voltron Legendary Defender? Mm-hmm. And so many other things. He's recording things right? all the time.
Yeah, Adam. Mm-hmm.
There you go. And so we need a villain to fight against Spider-Man, and so we've got Doc Ock here being played by David Arrigo Jr. And
I know him.
Yeah, I know, you're him. And fun fact about this, the original casting for Doc Ock was Arnold Schwarzenegger. So I bet those who have tuned in for previous episodes are going to be very excited that Arnold Schwarzenegger will, of course, be making a return, as if it wasn't going to anyway.
He's going to be our baseline.
Yeah,
so that we can figure out that this is what it would have sounded like coming from the big Austrian horse's mouth.
Exactly. I don't think you should call him a big Austrian horse. I don't think Arnold would appreciate that.
All right. I'd like to meet him. Come on down.
Yeah. So David can be heard in the upcoming Phineas and Ferb movie that's going on Disney Plus. He plays Ferb on there. And he's also in one of my favorites. He plays Cubone in Detective Pikachu, which I was so excited when I was like, oh yay, Cubone. That's my friend. Awesome. And so then we are going to need a love interest for our film here, and so we didn't do the Gwen Stacy, we didn't do Mary Jane, we got Liz Allen, played by Keeler Lee. So excited to have Keeler here. She's new, she is absolutely terrified of what's about to happen, but she is game, and she's going to do great. I have a lot of faith in her, and I'm very glad that she's agreed to join us. And you can see her in, Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Station 19? You're in an episode or two?
If you are, under the age of 10, Cave Club just released by Mattel.
Ooh, excellent.
Congratulations.
Cool. Yeah. And so then we have, who do we have next here? Oh, of course, it would not be, we've got Aunt May who is playing Aunt May, a very important role, obviously, in the Spider-Man world, the unkillable relative of Aunt May, played by the hopefully also unkillable Taya Lux. I feel that she is immortal.
I will not die.
And I known Taya from time back in Chicago. Super talented. Did a short called Danger Hospital with her, where she played a nurse that had to run away from a patient that was exploding behind her in slow motion. And she's also in the movie The Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Right?
Yes, yeah.
Excellent.
One of 3 women with lines.
Wonderful. Well, you've got a lot more lines tonight, including lines that were supposed to be for men, but you're going to do them much better than those men would have anyway. So we then, of course, go to It Wouldn't Be an Unproduced Live without my big head parody cohort, Mr. Ted Evans, returning as Harry Osborn, as well as the role of Wiener. Yes.
I bet everyone was wondering who's going to be Wiener in
the famous Spider-Man character from the comic books, Wiener.
It wouldn't be Spider-Man without his faithful friend Wiener.
It's actually Doc Ock's lackey, his sidekick, basically.
Oh, okay. I knew that.
And so you can most recently hear Ted as the Affleck Duck. That's right. Ted was the Affleck Duck in a recent commercial. So take that, Gilbert Gottfried, who hasn't had the job in a few years.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. And sadly, I know it was said that Barack Powell was going to be here playing Uncle Ben and some other roles, but he had to drop out last minute. And so I've divvied up some of his roles, but I will be taking over for Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson, and I will be doing voices purely from suggestions from the audience. So you can think now of what you want me to... Yeah, Megan's very excited to bring on all the voices that I'm going to have to do for this as Uncle Ben and J. Jonah Jameson. And for myself, you can hopefully eventually hear me in a Jurassic Park Half-Life mod that I just got cast in. That's fan-made. Hopefully it'll come out sometime in 2020. It's called Jurassic Life, and I will be playing Ian Malcolm. And I'm so happy that I got an email that said, "You've been cast as Ian Malcolm." Like, very excited about that.
That's awesome.
So finally we have Megan Gorman here, who is our moderator. Of course, you've been talking to her in the chat. She will also be playing the role of Flash Thompson tonight. Because why the hell not? Why the hell not have Megan be Flash Thompson? Because it's always good to have her in. And she'll be taking...
I auditioned and everything.
She did. She very much auditioned, and hopefully we'll get to hear that voice that she auditioned in the kitchen. I'm like, yeah, you're Flash. Moving on. But so, with Megan being the moderator, that's where, of course, you come in if you haven't been here before. She is going to be taking voice suggestions from you, because from time to time, when we change up scenes, we're going to be changing up voices, because the script is not great. To make it more entertaining, we're all going to be trying different voices. And so we would like celebrity impressions, characters, things like that, but also just random, descriptions of characters. A French person that just stubbed their toe. Things like that. That could be more fun. And then for all the actors here, if there is a voice that they don't know or recognize, or they just want to torture me, they can say Zoran, and that will force me to do an impression of whatever that suggestion was, and then they have to do an impression of me doing that impression. So you can't blame them if it's a bad impression. You have to blame me. So
wait, tell me that one more time.
If you don't know a suggestion, so if someone says, I want you to do an impression of Grant Kramer, no one here knows who Grant Kramer is, except he's the star of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And I would have to do an impression of Grant Kramer, and then you'd have to do an impression of me doing that impression.
Ooh.
There you go. I'm glad you like that. So that's a safety net there. So if you don't know something, don't worry. We're all in this together. It's silly. We're going to have fun. So I have said a lot of things, but a couple things to wrap up. As always, you can download the script. As it says on the bottom, there's a link in the description. I have also edited down the script a little bit because it's 120 some pages to try and get it within the time. I've already spent too much time talking about it, but to shorten this show. But so we stay in a reasonable time and everyone doesn't get too exhausted. You can follow along if you really want to know what's happening, because sometimes it gets crazy and you don't know what's going on when multiple Stewie Griffins are talking to each other. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And as always, thank you. We're doing this. We're back. So I appreciate everyone who waited patiently while we were doing more important things out in the world, and I hope everybody did some good today and stayed informed and supported local African American businesses and everything on this very important day today in history and this very important time in history. And I hope everyone is doing little parts, whatever they can, to help. And so now let us just have some time to laugh and just enjoy ourselves, and let's see what happens in 1993's James Cameron's Spider-Man. Beginning. Fade in. Interior Professor Ock's private physics lab. The cyclotron room is in an old basement full of peeling paint and plumbing wrapped with tape. Leaks are here and there. Cobwebs are all around. Dr. Otto Octavius, Ock, is a strong but strange-featured man in his mid-50s. His assistant, Wiener, hovers nearby looking on. Wiener is a local small-time hood hired by Ock to circumvent the school administration and to procure whatever Ock needs for his experiments. He shades his eyes against a searing blue-white beam that erupts from the window. The room is divided into a control room and the experiment chambers.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's that?
With a whoosh, the window explodes, showering the two with shards of glass and throwing them to the floor.
Ugh. We begin again. Let's kick in that new transducer, see if we can double the power output. Whoa, Doc. Wait a minute.
But Ock is already at the throttle. The cyclotron whirs up. The power dial inches upward. 8, 9. The blue-white beam is blinding now. The whine pitch is shattering.
Okie dokie.
The power dial hits 10. Exterior, Empire State University day. The sounds of the cyclotron spills out of the Science Center. We see Peter Parker, a pleasant-faced senior who's among the top in his class.
Hiya, Peter.
Liz Allen is also a senior. She's beautiful and intelligent.
Hiya, Liz. How are you doing?
How I'm doing what?
Peter, wait up.
Harry is the school nerd, a quirky kid who, like Peter, can be a little backwards around girls.
Would you excuse us for a minute?
Despite Peter's protesting body language, Harry pulls him away.
What is it? What?
Did the Astrophysics Journal really accept your paper?
Hey, yeah. Well, all I got's the data, but they've agreed to publish it when it's finished. You know, it's my calculation on the planetary conjunction.
And its influence on the anti-force, isn't it?
Yes. Look, Harry, I'm busy with...
Yeah, you and the rest of the class. Everyone is busy with Liz.
Peter?
A hand reaches in and smacks her bottom.
Hey, Cupcake.
Flash!
They kiss and walk away.
Flash is busiest of them all.
Come on, Harry. We'll be late for Octavius.
Harry makes a gesture dismissing Ock as crazy.
Ock is nuts, don't you agree?
Ock is a genius, Harry. Crazy? Yes. But a genius misunderstood and underappreciated.
Interior, cyclotron area, hallway, day. A man is banging on the door marked cyclotron room, authorized personnel only. Professor Rosamorph, Roz, 60-ish, respectable, a good old-fashioned professor. He's the head of the physics department. With him is Alexander Thorkel, a 40-ish waspish-ish school administrator. For a scientist as crazily focused as Ock, Thorkel is a natural enemy.
Dr. Octavius! You're late for your lecture. The students are waiting. Dr. Octavius!
Your friend is impossible, Professor Rosamorph. I told the board we should let him go.
The light above Thorkel's head explodes. Then all the lights behind him explode in succession. Thorkel and Roz look amazed.
What's he doing in there? Not his crazy experiment again.
You mean it's an anti-force theory? One day they'll give him the Nobel Prize for it.
Meanwhile, he's demolishing our university. Octavius! Open the door!
Interior, Octavius' lab.
The anti-force experiment has now reached the limit of electronic overload safety. Therefore, Wiener, you will disconnect the overload safety device.
4 Waldos, 3-fingered snake-like mechanical arms, suddenly thrust themselves into the chamber and begin working. He flicks a switch, and a searing blue-white beam lances down from a focusing cone and strikes a gram weight, marked 1 million. The knock on the door grows louder.
Whoa, Doc! Someone's at the door!
Ugh. World-class scientific mind, and they stick me in the basement with this third-rate cyclotron.
Insert the dial marked relative gravity reads 1 million, but suddenly it snaps to 0.99999.
Okay. Doki!
The weight begins to jiggle, and for an instant it appears to lift ever so slightly. Interior, college physics lab. Day. This is an enormous room, 100 lab tables. A huge American flag dominates the back wall. Peter, Harry, and Liz set up their tables. Flash reads the Daily Bugle sports section. Peter can't take his eyes off Liz. When she looks back, he looks down at his gear.
What is it, Peter?
It's nothing.
Interior, Ox Lab. Wiener opens the door and sees Roz and Thorkel waiting impatiently.
Yes, gentlemen? Can I help you?
Tell your boss that his class is waiting.
You better tell him yourself.
Thorkel looks at Roz, who waves his shoulder. Then
Professor Octavius!
Professor Octavius!
Professor Ock turns and looks at the bewildered men.
Oh, gentlemen, come, you must see this.
But your students!
The imbeciles can wait. I have better things to do than teach introductory physics, Rosimov. Undergrads are kindless adolescents.
You see, he's impossible.
Thorkel, you are the dummiest administrator our university has ever had. And yes, it does say dummiest on my script. Idiot, don't go, Thorkel. Come, look.
He starts to play his machines, handles, and buttons.
The university pays you to teach something to your students.
Interior, college physics lab day.
Well, do you mean nothing, or do you mean something, but you won't tell me what it is?
I mean, plain nothing.
Well, I guess that's about as nothing as you can get. Plain nothing.
There's a beat.
Liz.
It is something.
No. Look.
The equipment on her table is starting to vibrate. They look at it curiously. Interior, cyclotron room day. Everything is shaking like in an earthquake. The whine is deafening. The light is blinding.
I'm going for 20% power.
No, don't do that!
Ark, it's dangerous!
Like I warn you.
The console erupts in sparks. We follow the electrical overcharge as it crackles along the wires and cables inside the walls and floors. Interior lab day. The charge crackles up a wire and erupts at Liz's table. A breaker explodes in flames. There's an outburst of ad-libs. Let's hear some ad-libs, people.
Oh no! No, but he's in the face!
My purse!
Great. It was awesome. And of course, as always, that makes me forget where I am in the script. There it is. Thorkel comes running. He is shabby and bewildered, seeing Liz trapped behind a wall of fire.
Keep calm. Everybody keep calm. Use the front door. Everybody out the front.
Liz, come on.
I can't. Help me.
I'm coming.
He wades into the fire, but is beaten back by the flames.
Peter!
Flash appears and tries to help, but Thorkel stops him.
Get back, you idiots. You can't go in there.
Liz smashes at the window, but this is an inner city school and the windows are covered by steel gates.
Of course it's inner city. Duh. Help! Help me!
Oh, Peter comes flying in with a fire extinguisher. He fumbles with it. Flash pushes Thorkel, grabs the extinguisher away with a scowl of disdain. Liz turns to face the flames. Suddenly, there is an eruption of CO2 clouds and the roar of a fire extinguisher. The flames are beaten down, enough for her to leap out. Flash is there, holding the extinguisher as people cheer. And let's go ahead and do our first voice switch here. Peter, you are now Rod Serling from the Twilight Zone. Flash, you can take a suggestion from the audience. And Liz, you are... let's have you be an apathetic teen. And Thorkel, you are a wry female stand-up comic. And Ak, you are now Kermit the Frog. And Wiener, you are also Kermit the Frog. I think those are all the voices now. Everyone got that? And then, Megan, what was yours from the audience?
I'm a malfunctioning AI program.
Awesome. Let's see where this goes, people. Begin with Peter.
Thanks for your help, Flash.
Now, problem. Wimp.
Seems our hero has a real way with words.
Why don't you grow up?
Peter is stung, insulted, turns away.
This man will bring a disaster upon this university.
Ak comes in, starts his lecture calmly, as if nothing has happened.
The universe is made up of forces and, counter forces. Science is the study of forces.
Flash hands the extinguisher to Peter. Liz embraces Flash, throwing a glimpse at Peter, who tried so bravely.
But I, Professor Greeno Octavius, have devoted my life to the study of the counter forces. Good job, Peter.
Thanks, Professor.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I simply don't.
Can we carry on, Mr. Thorkel?
I don't believe. All right. Carry on, Professor.
Well, this week, my dear students and I have made a stunning breakthrough.
Wait a minute. You've got fire forms to fill out, Dr. Octavius.
I have no time for forms or administrators who persist in interrupting me, Mr. Thorkel! I now believe...
Yeah, continue.
I now believe it's possible that these counter forces can be collected the way the magnifying glass collects sunlight and focused into a hard beam I call Wiener.
Wiener backs away from the blackboard to reveal a word that Ak has scrawled in large letters. It says anti-force.
I call it the anti-force. Yay!
Ak is plugging a huge cable into a small lucite box with a silver ball inside it.
Oh, you see, the anti-force, once harnessed, is capable of undoing any natural force at which it is aimed. For instance, gravity!
Liz scribbles down a note and mouths the word gravity. Then she turns to Peter.
Sorry.
It's all right.
So apathetic, these two. Both of them just so quiet. I love it. Ak is playing his computer like the Phantom of the Opera at the organ.
Oh, we patch in the cyclotron.
You know what? Actually sing this like Rainbow Connection.
Oh, pay no attention to the lights. I, of course, steal its energy. And it loses power. We patch in the cyclotron, and we gradually apply power. The power that I am stealing.
And Ak peers through the lucite box, a miniature version of the cyclotron's experimental chamber, and now the blue-white glow begins. It crackles round the silver ball.
And so we stand, foursquare against the fundamental force that orders and maintains our universe, gravity, which is holding down this goddamn ball. Da 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 da. Rise.
The light, I gotta give him applause for that. Well done. Well done on that one. Good Jesus. The light goes totally dark. The kids react with whoops and cat calls. Let's hear the whoops and cat calls, people.
Ooh, nice ass!
Yeah, girl.
There you go.
Am I also is Harry Kermit or?
Oh, Harry was in there.
Yeah, Harry's in here.
You know what? Harry's Kermit for that one line.
What a crock!
This is very interesting.
Oh, Mr. Parker, have you some interesting observation you'd like to share with the class?
No, sir.
Well, then shut up And, pay some attention to the experiment.
Ock peers at us through the lucite box as the silver ball begins to rise. Ock's face is ecstatic.
Rise! Rise! Yay!
The silver ball suddenly shoots up, shattering the top of the box. It flies up to the ceiling where it shatters a light fixture.
Now that's what I call an experiment, huh, Fozzie?
Ock wheels to the computer. He hits a key and several colored projection beams lance out of the back of the room. Two colored spheres, one yellow, one blue, touch where their circumferences meet. They touch where their circumferences meet. Behind them is a black depiction of space. And so for this, let's get a new voice for Ock for this. You've done an amazing Kermit the Frog. And for this, how's your Doc Brown?
Well, it's a little off, but we'll try it.
All right.
You're looking at a representation of two universes. Our blue one, our real universe. Something we can touch and feel and see and draw calculations about. This is us, the yellow universe. This, Marty, is something else. Some other dimension, something on the other side.
Ock hits another computer key and a hole appears where the two spheres touch. The blue and yellow marbleize with each other. The colors swirl until both spheres are bright green.
If it were possible to generate enough power behind it, the anti-force could wipe out not just gravity, but all our universal forces at the same time, Marty. In effect, it would blast a hole between this universe and the next. Each would flow into each other. No blue universe, no yellow, and finished. Over. Finito. Gigawatts.
Oh, see, now, that sounds like a scenario for the end of the world, and I'm kind of into it.
My girl, it is. It is. It would mean wiping out everything that's known and letting in everything that's unknown.
Isn't it a little
Oh, the AI.
Don't worry yourself. True interdimensional penetration is still purely theoretical. But one day, maybe very near, maybe in the 21st century.
Very true. Who else thought that Doc Brown was a virgin before he met Clara in the Old West? That was just me. So he's very excited by words like penetration. All right, interior, basement hallway, day. Peter, Liz, Flash, and Harry all take books from their lockers, and they all have new voices as well. So, Liz, you are now, let's switch you up. You're an overly excited child. You know what? You're all children. You're all tiny, adorable children. That's what everyone is in this scene. Enjoy.
Look, it's just, I don't know, when you and Flash go after each other like that. He's not my type. No, but he doesn't have to be. Check. Besides, he's like not all bad. You don't get nicknamed Flash because you're a rocket scientist, Liz. Oh, give it up, Parker. You'd like die for a nickname like Flash. Yeah, of embarrassment.
Kim comes by and leans seductively by her locker. Kim is a ripe one and hot, hot, hot. And Kim, you're actually just your normal voice. Everyone else is kids, but whatever your choice for Kim was, the hot, 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 ripe one.
You don't want a sexy kid? You
You want to be a sexy kid? Be a sexy kid.
You
That's
want
fine.
a hot, hot, hot kid?
If you want to be a hot, hot, hot kid, let me hear what that sounds like. Good luck.
We can just do Kim.
You do what you want. There you go.
Right. Hey, Flash. I'm scalping a pair of the Midnight Madness wrestling match tomorrow night.
The Slammies! I'd kill for that.
Would you pay $125?
Well, gee, if I can tell you tomorrow.
You snooze, you lose. Hi, Liz.
Oh, hey, Kim. You know Peter and Harry? This is my new roommate, Kim Nixon.
Kim is pulling her pet, a foot-long salamander, out of her locker. She wraps it around her neck and turns to the boys. They go bug-eyed.
Hello, Peter.
Hi. We're going to the student union meeting. You want to come?
Peter looks at Kim. Wow. Then he looks at Liz, who's adjusting herself in a small mirror. Harry jabs him in the ribs.
I can't. I gotta go over to the Daily Bugle, trying to sell some photos.
So, a photographer?
Just an amateur. Well, nice meeting you, Kim.
Yeah, I bet it would be.
Can I be your date for the reunion, Shoo Shoo?
No, jerk.
What did I say?
It's not what you said. It's how you said it, Shoo Shoo.
Everybody leaves and Harry is left alone. He throws his bag down.
Damn!
Peter turns to go and comes face to face with hulking Wiener.
Peter, Doc Ock wants to see you.
About my dad, I bet.
I don't know.
He knows about my work on the planetary conjunction, doesn't he?
I don't know.
And there you go. That is the children's scene. I do say that it was probably creepier that you were just an older woman hitting on the children, but that's fine. It's all good.
Baby.
Yeah, I know. You're just like, whatever. I want to go to the Slammies. And I don't know what Shoo Shoo is. Whatever that was. All right, interior control room day. Peter enters wide-eyed behind Wiener. This place is... it's fantastic. It's another world to which no undergrad gains entrance. Ock is sitting in a swivel chair. He has the look of Captain Nemo in his Nautilus. And so we've got Peter, Ock, and Wiener. Let's get some new voices for this. Peter, you are Zap Brannigan. And Ock, you are... let's go Quagmire from Family Guy.
All right.
And Wiener, you are... let's have you just be your Big Head Doc Ock for this one scene.
Big Head Doc Ock.
Big Head Doc Ock from our Big Head parody.
Hello, Professor Octavius. I really admired your experiment.
We have a lot of interests in common, Peter. Perhaps we should put our heads together, if you know what I mean. Giggity!
That would be great.
Now you take the planetary conjunction this Saturday night. We will witness Saturn, Jupiter, the Moon, the Earth, the Sun, all in a row. Never seen within the memory of man or measured for its effect. The total gravitational force must be quite, all right, exceptional. Isn't that the subject of your paper?
Yes, sir. I worked out a way to calculate the combined gravitational effect.
I'm a busy man, Mr. Parker, but I think I could find a time to go over it with you, make sure it all checks out.
Well, I'm sort of working with Professor Rossomorph, and he suggested we kind of keep it between us. He thinks that my theory is, well, I don't know.
Giggity, the scoundrel. I want to see that data, Peter.
But Professor Octavius, if I knew you were interested, sorry, I've already given it to Professor Rossomorph, and he is all the head of our. He's after all the head of our physics department.
Damn it, Peter. Well, I'm certain something can be worked out. I can't read anymore, Peter. Run along, young man.
He begins to leave.
Just a minute. Giggity. That's about how long it takes. How about if I show you my discoveries? Something I never showed to any other student. As a matter of fact, to anybody at all.
Well, I'm really flattered. I mean, I'd love to, but I...
Very well. Shall we say if you come here tonight? All right.
Professor, I don't know if I should.
Make it 8 sharp. I'll be waiting for you right here.
Peter looks worried, then leaves. Ock turns to Wiener, who slouches against the wall, smiling.
The same academic world that's so keen to embrace that boy's undergraduate work ridicules my anti-force theory as quackery. Whack, whack. Oh, I ask you, Wiener, what is our society coming to? Giggity.
They're all a bunch of brainless assholes. That's what I say.
Wiener, go get me that boy's data. All right.
Cost you $50.
Just get it. We'll negotiate your fee when you have the data. All right, Wiener. Giggity. giggity. All right.
Amazing. All right, good work. Exterior Daily Bugle Day. So this is Peter entering the Daily Bugle. Jameson and Peter. I will need a suggestion from the audience for my J. Jonah Jameson for the scene.
Are you?
Yeah.
Can you be the owl from the Tootsie Roll commercial?
God, I don't remember what he sounded like.
One.
I can't hit the...
A two.
A one.
A three.
All right, I'll try it.
Kind of like the caterpillar from Alice.
Ooh, okay.
Kinda.
And then we'll pair that with... I've only got one thing to say here. The pimply teen from The Simpsons for Peter. It'll be the pimply faced teen. All right, so here we go. Garbage! Absolute 100% garbage! Interior, Jameson's office day. Very 40s, very messy. Jameson scans some photos at Peter as Peter stands helplessly by. Bag ladies! I hate bag ladies!
Yes, sir.
Little kids! I hate little kids! This is a daily newspaper. We need news value photographs, not artsy-fartsy shit!
Yes, sir.
Jameson comes to a picture of a business-suited man with a mohawk. Peter smiles in anticipation. Kid, you want a prose assignment or an assessment more,
Yes, sir.
Your photos? A suck! Parker, my readers are morons. I gotta grab them by their eyes every time you press the button of that Nikon of yours. It costs you 55 cents. So, the next time you're about to take the plunge, ask yourself, am I taking dog bites, man? Because if you are...
I know. You want man bites dog.
Parker, this is the most wonderful modern 20th century we live in. I want man eats dog. Now get out in a 1, a 2, a 3. 3. Exterior, street day, a seedy East Village walk-up. Peter looks through the mail.
Rent, more bills, rent. Oh, electricity, bills.
So worried about this. Interior, Peter's apartment day. A one-room, shabby roof apartment, a chaos of books and papers. A grimy skylight leads to the roof. It's not a pretty place. A shadow of an intruder is sneaking around, and so we'll need a voice for Peter and May. May, you can do whatever voice you were planning since it's the first time May is here. But Peter, we're going to switch you up again. And Peter, you can be... Oh, just do your other one here. Hermes Conrad from Futurama as well.
Hey, there's nothing in there worth stealing.
That's the understatement of the year.
Aunt May, you're trespassing.
I was just so desperately bored. I thought I'd come over to make you dinner.
Sweet Halamalala, I'm old enough too.
But I didn't feel like getting to know your roaches.
I'll introduce you.
Oh. And those foul chemicals in the pots.
I take pictures, remember?
Anyway, I've decided to kidnap you for dinner in Forest Hills.
She grabs her coat, crosses back to Peter, and tugs on his shoulder.
It's Friday night.
Yes. Do you have a date?
No.
Then come on.
Interior, large computer lab night. It is dark and empty. Lit by the glow of its screen is Solomon Rosamorph. As he works, a door opens behind him. Someone walks quietly through the lab. Rosamorph keeps working. The intruder approaches. And so we've got Thorkel, Roz, and Ak. Thorkel, you are now a Disney princess. And Roz... That's Ted, right? Ted, you're Roz?
Yeah.
Okay. You are... Let's do Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. And Ak, you are something else. That'll go with that. Be Pat Buttram, a.k.a. the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Well, all right, son.
Yeah, the Western Sheriff of Nottingham guy. All right, and here we go. Beginning with Thorkel.
Professor Rosamov, what happened here?
Someone tried to rob me of some paper. I suspect they were looking for that one.
What is it?
Award-winning stuff. Peter Parker's data on the planetary conjunction. Damn lucky I hid it in my computer under another title.
My God, what's going on in our schools? First, Professor Octavius almost blows up the physics lab. Now this. You reported in triplicate, of course.
Bugle, be careful when you talk to Octavius. Remember, the man is a very fragile genius. One day he'll bring us all the Nobel Prize.
Rasimov, the man is very dangerous crackpot.
Off screen, the voice of the cyclotron wine begins to build.
That's him again. He's working day and night.
I tell you, the man is very dangerous. Come on, Rasimov, let's stop him before this building will explode.
Oh my. Interior. Cyclotron room night. Ock and Wiener are at work as before. Ock takes no notice of the two men who come in, nor the worker who comes in behind them and sets to work attaching a big lock to the door.
Shut it down, Octavius.
Ock ignores him, and for your one line that you have in here, I think, or your couple lines, we're going to switch Rocco to Heifer, just for this one. All right, everyone else continue.
You've blown half the circuits in the science center.
Oh, call an electrician.
I have called the locksmith.
What is he doing?
He points towards the worker who's working on the lock.
We have to shut down your lab and take a look at the lines.
Please, Otto, we must look it up. Oh, you're denying me access to my cyclotron.
You bet.
Ock glares back and forth between the two men, pulls back, and on the red power throttle. The wine descends. The Waldos pull back and dangle from their panel. The wine dies.
Hokey dokey. Just give me till tomorrow. I want to clean up my papers tomorrow. Tomorrow you can have this room.
Oh, well, Torkel, few more hours won't make a difference.
It might be cousins.
I hope.
He signals to the worker to stop. Interior apartment of Aunt May and Uncle Ben night. The New York Mets are playing on TV. Peter watches with his Uncle Ben, a paunchy 65-year-old in polyester slacks and a comfy old sweater. An New York Mets, what am I reading, NY? The NY Mets, the Nye Mets are my favorite team, is perched on Ben's head. A beer can is in his hand. And so for this scene, I will need I'm Uncle Ben, so I need a suggestion from the audience. What would you like to hear, Uncle Ben?
I don't know how this is going to go, but Sean Connery trying to seduce Taylor Swift.
Okay, all right. Sean Connery seducing Taylor Swift. And then I'll also need, we'll get a voice from May and Peter. Peter, you are going to be... let's see how this goes. Let's do your Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson. And May, you will be... Stewart's mom from Mad TV. Yes! Oh, David got really excited about that one. All right, here we go. So I'm Sean Connery seducing Taylor Swift. Here we go. Another brewski?
No. I'm fine, Uncle Ben.
Ah, way to do it. All right. You don't follow the Mets like you used to do ya, Pete?
No, not so much anymore.
Funny. When your mom and dad, passed away, I had this idea. I wanted to be the best baseball player that ever was. Geez, Whatever happened to that idea? More brandy?
Little League.
Oh, no brandy then. All right, yeah, Babe Ruth. You wasn't. Aunt May enters.
It's on the table. Turn off the TV.
Ben nods, rises sluggishly and slowly, and turns the sound off only. Peter moves towards his aunt in the doorway.
How's that girl you told us about, Peter?
Liz? Oh, she's great, but she has a boyfriend.
Interior, the dining room night. Peter passes Aunt May and takes his seat.
A boy your age should have a girlfriend.
Aunt May, did you not hear me? She has a steady boyfriend.
Peter, any girl that's worth your attention is of course gonna have a boyfriend, but if she really gets to know you, what you have to offer, she'll... You get my drift?
Look, just leave him alone, okay? I've got business with him. When he's ready for girls, he'll be a holy terror just like me. It's in his blood. The blood of the last dragon in the world. Look it! How are you fixed for money? Pete? Maybe I can help you out a little. Huh?
No, I'm all right. My scholarship covers almost everything, and I sell some photos here and there. Today my physics professor asked for some of my work. He wants to study my data. They might publish my work in the Science magazine. That'll bring me some money. That and my talk show.
Publish your work! You hear that, May? And he's only 22.
Yeah, in fact, I have to leave a little early tonight to meet with Professor Octavius. He offered me to be his assistant.
Whoa! You're the man now, dog. Did you hear that, May?
Oh, Peter, you promised you'd spend the night.
I can't, Aunt May. Professor Octavius wants to discuss my new findings.
Peter, what you should be finding is a nice girlfriend.
And that is that scene. Good work, everybody. It's a really good Johnny Carson, and Stuart's mom is delightful. Interior, basement, cyclotron room, night. Wiener is eating a large sandwich and drinking a Coke. So we need Ock, Wiener, and Peter. And you know what? I think all of you can do this. You all can do the pervert Herb from Family Guy, right?
All right.
You are all this perverted old grandpa man from Family Guy that kind of whistles. So enjoy.
I'll show them. Closing the cyclotron on me. Wiener.
Yes, Professor.
Where is he? It's past 10 o'clock. No, it's 10 past 8 o'clock.
A knock.
That must be him. He opens the door. My mouth is full of food.
Good evening. Stay there, Muscleons. You are late. Wiener, go outside and get us something to eat. Steal it. Just buy it or even burst you.
Do you want anything, Parker?
No, thank you. I just had dinner in my house. Piss off, Wiener.
Wiener leaves. Peter wanders around. He goes into the experimental chamber. He overlooks the spider, which is scuttling away, and crawls inside the open window and into the chamber.
Okie dokie. Parker, how would you like to take Wiener's place? I mean, be my assistant.
Well, Professor, that would be a great honor. But I'm already working with you.
Say, Rosamorph, that imbecile, don't you understand, kid, that I'm about to uncover the greatest discovery since Einstein came up with this theory of relativity? The anti-force.
Wow! The power of the anti-force! You should look for Nobel Prize, Professor.
Noble schmoble. I'm going for a much bigger prize, kid. Okie fucking dokie. Let me show you, kid, what I got here. In my pocket.
There it is. Ock begins the experiment. We move in past the shattered window, and we see a spider crawling on the chamber's gear. And for this, let's jump back to your Doc Ock, not Doc Ock, Yeah, you know what? Doc Ock. Let's go back to Doc Ock for this little bit here. And
Alright.
hold on. Peter, you are back to your normal voice too, just for a little bit.
Present maximum anti-force power to date. No, excuse me. Present, that's how you pronounce that word. Present maximum anti-force power to date is 38% of theoretical limit. I have patched into the variable particle wave accelerator. I will now try to reach 50% power. And if your paper has any value, I can use it to get the power I'm missing to create the anti-force to break through and beat any other form of power in our or any other universe. Thus, capiche?
Sorry, Professor. I can't do it. I gave my word to Professor Rosamorph.
Ock is angry. Ock now... He sees the spider. He shoots out a Waldo to try and crush it, but the spider is too fast. Waldo slams against the wall of the chamber. An urgent warning tone causes Ock to look at the relative gravity dial. It's at 4.99999 kilograms, but suddenly the numbers start to tumble.
50%. Anti-force. 50%! That's all I'm missing! Parker! We can be rich together!
Sorry. I better go now.
Go! You'll be sorry, Parker! I'm coming for you! You stay here if you want to live!
Don't stay here if you want to live.
No,
Peter...
you do stay here, otherwise I'm gonna come get you!
I get it. Okay. Peter leaves. Another urgent warning tone. There's flashing of red, the word overload. Ock pushes the red power throttle forward. The whine increases. The monitor is flashing. Maximum overload shut down. Ock continues with the experiment, and then he sees the spider.
You! Get out of there, you creeping little Ike!
Oh my god. He sends 2 Waldos after the spider. The spider evades him and jumps onto the professor's back. It then climbs onto the professor's neck and bites him.
No! I'm allergic to spiders!
The gravity dial goes to 0.00001, then pops back up as Ock's tiny world goes berserk. Dial spin, crack, explode. Ock begins to float. His shirt begins to tear away in a real sexy way. A dial floats by with its pulling wires undulating like a Medusa. Waldo smash through the walls and flail like snakes. Ock, his hair wild, face locked in a multi-G grimace, is pinned halfway up the wall that is showering the room with sparks.
It's an energy storm. Okay. Yeah.
We see clearly the spider is still stuck to his neck. Oh, then an enormous explosion rips a large hole in the cyclotron's side, sending debris and 100 microstreams of electronic particles lancing in our direction. Interior, basement hallway night. Ultimate weirdness. Lockers bang, lamps pop, the ceiling sags in a surreal rubbery way. The blue-white light dances wildly about in pulses, then suddenly it stops. Nope, dead silence. Wiener comes running in holding a double-decker sandwich and a large bottle of Pepsi. Interior, cyclotron, night. A scene out of Dali's surrealistic canvas. There are things inside of other things. Dials look like Dali watches. This place has been rippled to the max. Ock lays face up, unconscious on the floor, a Waldo across his chest. He wakes up to see those mechanical arms are buried in his body. He tries to tear them out, but they seem to be part of his body, like his other limbs. He screams. Suddenly, Wiener sees Ock.
Just do whatever voice.
Do whatever the hell you want right now.
Professor, what happened to you, man? What did you do? Also, what is a Waldo?
It's the name of his arms.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly, one of the Waldos hits him so strongly that he flies back out through the door. Interior basement hallway night. Wiener.
Oh my god! What happened here?
He hears the police sirens approaching. He runs away.
I better get out of here.
Exterior, the Empire University, night. Many NYPD cars are already there, along with a nuclear regulatory van and 2 TV vans. Ross runs across the lawn. Police struggle to hold back the crowd. J. Jonah Jameson pushes to the front of the mob in time to see Thorkel addressing the crowd. And so we need a bunch of voices here. So, Thorkel, let's go ahead, and you are Gwen Stefani getting seasick. And Flash, you can take something from the audience. I'll give you a second to do that. Harry, you are Obi-Wan Kenobi. And Peter, you are let's have you be a Disneyland announcer. I don't know what that is, but you said you could do it. And Kim, you are an old lady prospector. So you've got 2. So old lady prospector for Kim, and Thorkel was the other thing that I said, which I don't remember already.
Yes.
Great. And then I need one for Jameson from the audience. Megan.
You are gonna do Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick. Great. Pickle Rick. Great. Cool. Pickle Rick. And then what are you doing for
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn? Got it. All right. Let's see what the hell happens here.
There is no danger. Please go back to your dorms. I repeat, there's no danger.
Oh, God. The public wants to know. The crowd closes on Thorkel.
Who are you?
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub, Jameson, Daily Bugle, chief editor. Now what really happened here, aside from me being a pickle? What?
There will be a press announcement in the morning, Mr. Jameson. If you excuse me.
This elicits a flood of ad-libs. Let's hear some ad-libs from the crowd, people. We're so upset.
What the heck was that? Man, this is crazy.
Down.
What?
Yeah, I'm a pickle! Pickle Rick! All right, back to Thorkel.
I have nothing to say. There will be an announcement. Now, please go home, everybody. We must clear the grounds.
In the back of the crowd are Peter, Harry, Liz, Flash, and Kim. And I didn't give you a voice, Liz, but you are Becky. I don't know who Becky is, but you're Becky.
You think they'll have to cancel classes?
They must. The whole building must be contaminated with some kind of poisonous gas.
How about nuclear contaminations?
By God, let's beat it! Woohoo!
But nobody moves.
Could anyone be in there, Peter?
I don't know. Maybe Professor Octavius. He usually works late.
That nut. I bet it was all his doing.
Hey, Peter Parker! Peter pushes forward.
Mr. Jameson, what are you doing here? What's going on?
Peter, that's for them to know and for you to find out. Yep, yeah.
But sir, they wouldn't tell us. You heard Thorkel. He said...
Press announcement tomorrow, but we must know tonight, Parker. This is your university, right?
Yes, but...
You got a camera? You got it? You got one?
Sure, but I can't.
$100 says you can!
Yes, sir.
Get inside. Give me some pictures. $50.
You just said 100.
70, but I want blood. I want gore.
See you guys.
He dashes off. Flash shakes his head in dismay at this guy.
Where is he going?
Oh, he's going to make $50. Exterior, Science Center, night. Peter approaches a cyclone fence, keeping low and out of sight. He leaps it like a skirmisher, but fails. He's torn his pants and cut his leg. He moves to the side of the building. He sees a uniformed guard hold the door open for 3 men in radiation suits who remove some weirdly fused objects. When they let the door swing closed, Peter stops it. Exterior, fire door, night. Peter squeezes inside. The door closes behind him. Interior, basement, hallway. Peter stares at the weirdness and fumbles with his camera. He snaps off a few shots and then freezes when he hears a familiar voice. And this voice is of Roz. And Roz, you are Daryl from The Walking Dead. And Thorkel, you are a 1992 computer voice. And Peter, you are Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. Enjoy. Roz begins.
Take it easy. Take it easy with him.
Take him away and never bring him back.
Now we see Roz and Thorkel following two guards carrying Ock in a stretcher. They all wear radiation suits. A Waldo sneaks out from under the sheet and hits Thorkel as fast as lightning. Octavius moans. Mm-hmm.
What was that?
What was that?
What hit me?
What
hit me? I don't
hit
know.
you? You got hit? No way.
I don't know. It was so fast.
You're gonna be fine, Otto.
Peter gets off a shot and ducks into the men's room. Interior men's room night. The urinals are twisted in bizarre shapes. Pipes are exposed and spout water. The mirror looks like something out of a fun house. Peter goes to the door of Doc Ock's lab and cracks it. Pan up to the spider, glowing softly, dangling from a shimmering strand above Peter. As Peter looks out at the stretcher, the spider drops on his neck. He reacts by swatting it away. Bad move. The glowing spider now squats malevolently on the back of Peter's hand. He stares at it transfixed, and it bites!
Ow!
Peter throws the spider to the ripply tile floor where it scuttles unsteadily out the door. Sweat starts to bead on Peter's face. He shakes his head to clear it. His vision becomes uncertain. Oh, there's a guard. Who's the guard? I don't even remember who the guard is.
I mean, I'm the guard, but whatever you want.
Oh, you are. You are the guard. Well, that guard is Stanley. Since he created
Hey, what are you doing here, kid?
Peter turns to see a uniformed guard distorted by his crazy vision.
Ooh, I feel a little funny.
Yeah, well, I ain't laughing. Get out. Just get out of here.
Exterior, fire door, night. It bangs open. The guard throws Peter out and throws his backpack at him.
Get yourself over to the police lines.
Right, police lines.
Exterior, university night. Peter melds into the crowd as it dreams. I have 2 lines as Jameson. Give me something quick here, Megan.
Angry Porky Pig.
Okay, well, Scoop here is, well, what do you got?
I got pictures of the professor in there. It's so strange in there. So bizarre.
No, good job, kid. There, bizarre is what we want there. Pick this up in the morning. In the morning, there'll be two crisp $20 bills tucked inside the wallet. You piece of shit.
He hurries off. Peter peers after him, and all of a sudden his vision corrects to a perfect focus. He had to be angry. The sweat is gone. He's okay. He makes his way through the crowd to the street. He turns a corner. He hears a siren. An ambulance screeches around the corner. It nearly hits Peter, who leaps to avoid it. Exterior brick building night. Peter's cheek is pressed up against the building. He opens his eyes and sees that he's hanging onto the side of the building like a spider, and he's 3 stories up. He tries a downward step, but a brick dislodges and crashes to the sidewalk. He takes an upward step, and then another, tentatively at first, and then with growing confidence he crawls to the roof of the building. Exterior, the roof night. Peter is flat on his back, staring at the stars. He sits up and looks wonderingly at his hands. On the back of his right hand are 2 puncture wounds surrounded by a faint blue-white pulsing glow. The glow disappears.
This is weird. My God, I feel so weird.
He flexes, feels weird. Good weird. In fact, great weird. He tries a couple of jumping jacks, and on the 3rd jump, he soars into the air.
Very weird.
The great bespangled New York City is his backdrop as Peter leaps from the railing to a wall to a flagpole to another wall where he lands sideways and sticks.
Very, very weird.
He leaps off the wall and lands at the edge of the roof. He looks down. No one's looking back. So he takes a step back and leaps the alley to the next roof. Exterior Chelsea Street night. A man in a loud sport coat leans against a lamppost and lights a cigarette with a beat-up silver-plated lighter. In the lighter, he sees a reflection of Peter leaping off the taller building. He snaps around and looks up in time to see Peter make it to the next facade. Watching from the street, the man in the loud sport coat follows Peter's progress. Peter slides down a cable to a lamppost and swirls down the pole to a phone booth. Exterior phone booth night. Peter comes face to face with the man in the loud sport coat. He gives Peter his card. This is for Reese and Peter. Peter, you are now... we will have you be Homer Simpson. And Reese, you are... Just because I heard you slightly do it before, I'm going to make you do Tony Soprano.
Oh, jeez. You're a kid who's going places, and I'm gonna point you in the right way.
Ooh, Max Reese. Models, strip dancers, escort girls, blue movies.
Oops. Sorry. Wrong card.
Max Reese, telemanagement.
It's a big outfit, got a lot of apartments, you know.
Yeah, well, why you approach me? I'm not...
Oh, yes, you are. Very talented. The three questions of show business success. 1, do you think you possess a unique talent?
Well...
2, what are you going to do with it?
Well...
3, how much money you got in your pocket?
10.
You invest half of that with me, and I'll make you a star.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about fame. I'm talking about fortune. I'm talking about the chance of a lifetime. How'd you like to be on MTV tomorrow night, huh?
MTV? Oh,
Taxi?
me?
Taxi!
He screeches to a stop.
Hey!
Kid, tomorrow night, same place, same time.
Hey, wait, how do you know I'll show up?
As the taxi roars off.
Because you want to be a star. Everybody does.
Peter pulls out a quarter and enters a phone booth. He dials. I can't believe that that was Sopranos talking to Homer Simpson. That was great. May. And,
tell you the things I gotta do.
Yeah. Peter, you are. You know what? Keep being Homer Simpson. And May, you are. You'll be Martin from The Simpsons.
Hello? Marge? Aunt May?
Peter? What time is it? Are you all right?
Well, no. I mean, yeah, I'm fine. But listen, Auntie, the craziest thing happened to me tonight.
Interior, exterior phone booth. They cut back and forth as Uncle Ben stirs fitfully in May's house.
Does this have to do with the certain girl we called about at dinner?
No, look. There was this radioactive experiment. I was poisoned.
You were what?
I was bitten by a bug.
Oh, I get it. You mean a love bug.
No, a spider.
Peter, did you at least talk to her?
Aunt May, listen to me. I got bitten on the hand by a poisonous spider.
She bit you?
No, I was in the bathroom and,
Oh, you did it in the bathroom? Peter, this is craziness. Why don't you use your bed? You never take time to eat or sleep, am I right?
Yes, Aunt May.
Did you eat something today?
Yes, Aunt May.
Okay, Peter, go back to bed. And remember, we love you.
And I love you too, Aunt May. And by the way, I got a message superpowers today.
He says that after he hung up. Exit booth. He bangs the phone booth, goes out, and jumps lightly onto the phone booth roof. Interior, hospital operating room. Ock is prepping for surgery. The chief surgeon checks the sensors attached to Ock's head. All right, so here we've got some peoples. We've got a chief surgeon, a brain man, a nurse, and a surgeon too. And for this, let's just go to the audience because they've been very patient. And let's just get some things here. So who's chief surgeon again? Remind me. There you go. All right, we need a suggestion.
Chief surgeon, let's do a Valley Girl.
Valley Girl, great. Then we need Brain Man. Who's Brain Man? Raise your hand.
Who's Brain Man?
I assume it was someone I cast.
Anybody?
So
Brain Man?
not prepared for this.
Was that one of Brock's?
No, it's supposed to be Isaac, actually. I don't know if it was highlighted in there.
Okay. Isaac, how do you feel about... There's 2 priest options. How about the priest from Spaceballs?
I don't know. I'd have to...
Okay, priest from Princess Bride, then.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Okay, and then the nurse is Taya. We need a voice for Taya.
Let's do an old lady talking to her dog.
Old lady talking to her dog. Good suggestion. And then Surgeon 2, which I believe is Ted Evans. Yep.
All right, Ted, can we have the Affleck duck?
Aside from just saying
Someone
Affleck,
else
sure.
for it.
Anything but Affleck, but...
Well, we'll see how it goes for a line and go from there.
Not in the
But
budget.
Isaac, I'm sorry if I didn't highlight in your script, but Brain Man has a few lines, so
Yes.
you good? Everyone
I'm
good?
good.
Let's go into this surgery scene in the operating room.
Before we do this, I'm going to use a Zorn button, even though I can totally do a Valley Girl.
Oh,
Would you please do a Valley Girl? Because we haven't done that.
that's very true. Like, oh my god, we totally are going to operate on Dr. Octopus. It's gonna be amazing. Jesus Christ. Continue. You're welcome.
Like, OMG, look at these brainwave readings. The mental activity is like 10 times of any normal man.
Equipment malfunction.
Hell yeah, his. Oh my god, I thought I'd seen everything.
Affleck!
Translated as, but this is beyond medicine. This is madness. Ock lays bare-chested, face up. 4 Waldos are splayed.
Oh, it is so freaky.
Okay, yeah, let's stop yakking and, like, get cracking. God, I want to go into it at the upper thoracic. Then we'll work our way around or whatever. Just, like, hang in there, man.
Insert the Waldo nearest the slap moves ever so slightly. The triangular claw rotates a quarter of a turn, then turns back. The nurse sees it and screams.
Oh no, both of you.
Oh my god, nurse! Ugh! Number 7 scalpel! Arthroscope standard by. Like, read out parameters in progress. Ugh. Let's go in. You right?
Yes, of course. Everything's online.
Ew! Oh my god, scalpel! No, like a larger one. Like the largest we have. Duh.
She slaps a huge one into the palm. He takes a deep breath and goes to work. We make an incision. The instruments go crazy. Warning bells and buzzers sound.
Oh, kill the alarms.
He's going off the chart.
A Waldo flashes around the steel leg of the operating table and clanks tight.
Bap!
Mom! Ugh, sutures and like clamps or something. God, hurry up!
Affleck!
We're losing him. Defibrillate.
You don't got just like zap him or something.
Stabilizing alpha waves.
Surgeon 2 applies the cardiac shock pads. And we go to interior hospital room day. We now need Ock and Thorkel. And let's go back to the audience for this one too, because they did a good job.
All right, for Ock, let's do any of the historic figures from Bill and Ted. Napoleon, Billy the Kid, Socrates, Abraham Lincoln, the Babes, whatever.
All right. Okay. And, or how about you do all of them? For each
see what
line.
I remember.
Huh?
I will see what I remember.
See what you remember. Good luck. And then Thorkel. Taya.
Thorkel. Okay. We're gonna bring back an old one for this one. This is a news reporter slowly turning into a goat.
I
Slowly
love it.
turning into a goat?
Into a goat. You're a news reporter slowly turning into a goat.
Nice.
And you are also the nurse for that, so you may continue your grandma for that line.
Okay. You have a visitor, Doctor.
She leaves Ock and Thorkel alone.
Octavius, I'm afraid I have bad news for you.
The cyclotron is damaged?
What used to be the cyclotron was permanently shut down this afternoon.
But my work!
Your work is a disaster. Look at yourself.
Myself. I don't matter. Nobody matters anymore. If to enter a new dimension, we must first destroy our own.
What are you saying?
Ock gets off his bed, throwing away his sheet, waving his 4 Waldos and 2 arms.
Destroy life. Life is insignificant. Bags of sleepy, sluggish flesh. What would you say?
Oh my God. What are those horrible things sticking up from your body?
Thorkel, if I told you for one moment in time I broke all the laws, for one brief, glorious moment, I broke through to the other side. I saw, I felt, I became creation.
What on earth are you rambling about?
Like destiny. My destiny. I see it all so clearly now. Universal destruction. Yes. All I need is the power. Then I can destroy this illusion you call life. It is my destiny to lead us to the light.
You're a madman.
And you are a fool. I will end this universe as you know it. And in that final moment, I'll laugh my ass off while you're kissing yours goodbye.
Goodbye is right, Octavius. You're fired, sacked, canned. You are history, Dr. Octavius, and I couldn't be more pleased to tell you the earth
To tell you the news.
Oh, Waldo shoots up and grabs Thorkel by the throat. He gasps and screams silently as the telescoping Waldo lifts him off his feet.
Let me down, you crazy monster. Let me down.
Then Ock smiles and slams Thorkel's head through the ceiling. Thorkel's legs scissor and kick, and then go limp. Ock throws his dead body on the bed and covers him with the white sheets.
Turkey.
There you go. Thorkel is
cheated
dead.
a little, sorry.
That's fine. You cheated a little. Was the last one the princesses?
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was very happy with it.
Woman Manaya. That was amazing.
That was great. We are now interior taxi night, and we're back with Reese and Peter. And let's see what happens when we get with Jerry Lewis for Reese, and Peter will be Don Knotts. Don Knotts and Jerry Lewis together at last, riding in a taxi.
What year is this?
Through the window of the taxi, we see Madison Square Garden as it pulls up. A sign reads, "Midnight Madness, MTV's Rock and Wrestling Slammy Awards." The taxi comes to a stop.
MTV Wrestling?
Well, that's the place. Pay the man.
Max Reese gets out. He is carrying a box.
Look, Mr. Reese, I'm not real interested in watching a wrestling match.
Who said anything about watching a wrestling match? You're here to win a wrestling match, lady.
Who, me? You must be kidding.
Oh, no, look, you hop around, you know, the way you did last night. Your opponent gets tired, he falls down. The ref counts to 3, you win, and we pick up $1,000. Lady!
Interior Catacombs, Madison Square Garden night. Reese leads Peter to an employee washroom and shows him the box.
Oh, you're really gonna love this, Flavin.
Look, really, I don't know.
Oh, you don't have to know. I know enough for both of us. Change in there.
What is this?
A costume. Something that fits your talent. Go put it on. Oh, I'm sure you'll like it.
He slaps the box against Peter's chest and all but pushes him inside. Interior, Jesus. Interior, washroom night. Peter takes the suit out of the box. It is the Spider-Man suit. He looks at it and shrugs, then begins to struggle into it. Peter's looking at himself.
You have a really nice fashion designer.
Yeah, apparently. Peter is looking at himself in the mirror. He is dressed in all but the mask, and he looks terrific. He flexes. He smooths his hair, which makes sense as they're about to put on a mask. He's starting to get into it. Interior, the arena night. Crusher Cole is destroying the opponent. Interior, the catacombs. Reese winces as the crowd cheers and boos.
Ooh.
How does it look? I feel like it's Halloween.
Oh, cover your face with the mask.
Why?
Oh, mystery, my friend. Nobody should know who you are.
Interior, the ring night. Crusher Cole is doing a big flexing number and the crowd is going wild. All right, we got a new scene here with a bunch of new characters. Ring announcer, let's just bring back your Michael Buffer, Ted. Ready to rumble,
okay.
man. You know how to ready to rumble. Ring announcer and ref are the same character for you, Ted. And then...
What was that?
Ring announcer and ref. I think there's a ref later, and it's the same. Just play it as the same
And
character.
I'm doing Crusher too.
You are Crusher as well, and so let's get from the audience. Crusher the wrestler.
This is for Ted.
This is for Ted.
Randy Savage.
How about a robot Ronald Reagan?
A robot Ronald Reagan.
Okay.
Whatever that means for you.
Good luck with that one, Ted. Well, just say well a lot. That's all you have to do. Well. And then a hipster. You are going to be your hipster character, your deadpan hipster character, Taya. And then you're also an old lady. But for the old lady, let's do you're a fun mom. You're a fun mom. I don't know what that said, but you're the fun mom. Fun mom for that lady character.
She isn't.
You gave me that one as a note.
I know, I did. I think she's been lost in the madness by now.
Okay. Cool. Let's give this a shot and see where it goes. Begin with the ring announcer. Ted.
And now, a new challenger for the $1,000 fight, weighing in at 150 pounds, from parts unknown, here is the amazing, mysterious, incredible Superman? Superman!
Oh, not Superman. Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
It's the subtlety of Jerry Lewis that everyone loves. I'm still waiting for that. I want to see that remake of Philadelphia with Jerry Lewis in it. That's actually a critic joke. Never mind. Schenectady. The crowd boos the slender newcomer who climbs awkwardly through the ropes. Rock music blares. Twin redheads in red bikinis ring a bell. Crusher Cole and Spider-Man circle. Cole is twice Spidey's size. Crusher charges. With the agility of a spider, Spidey leaps out of the way. Crusher comes back at him. Spidey leaps again, bigger. The acrobatics get more and more dramatic as Crusher Cole works himself up into a theatrical rage. Taunts erupt from the crowd.
Kill the sucker, Crusher.
That was a fun mom.
That was my mom. What's the matter, Crusher? Can't you crush that bug?
Well, okay, Webfate. This is it.
I wish Spidey fought a robot Ronald Reagan for his first match in the comics. He misses Spidey again.
Hey, Crusher, you need... I've been drinking. Hey, Crusher, you need an insecticide?
And his blondes titter next to him. What does that sound like? It's not just a movement, Dave.
Oh, well.
That's your tittering. Jesus. Oh, man. All right. Interior, Liz, Kim's dorm room night. Oh, I forgot that they were in this section here. Let's just have you be... all three of you are drunk toddlers while watching this. Let's keep that going. Liz's side is all schoolwork. Kim's side is all rock posters and stuffed animals. Liz is curled up doing homework. Flash and Kim sit on the edge of the bed watching the Slammies on MTV. You're all drunk toddlers. Go.
Will you look at this Spider-Man guy? He's absolutely incredible. Listen. Gotta wear this outfit. I wish I had it for the Halloween party. It's so sexy.
Joey, too childish and trying to work.
Oh, she's at the end of her drunkenness. She's about to pass out. I love it. interior ring night, the match continues in an increasingly spectacular choreography. Crusher charges. Spidey, playing the cameras for all he's worth, leaps away, way up. But this time, Crusher stops dead in his tracks. Spider-Man comes back down into a forearm smash that sends him reeling into a corner. Crusher does a flying pin, 300 pounds, whomp, as Crusher covers him, smothering him. The crowd goes wild.
1.
Oh, what are you doing? Get up, get up.
2.
Not realizing his own strength and panicking about being squashed, Spider-Man throws Crusher Cole off him and up into the air, way up. Crusher flies away and out the arena 8 rows back. The hipster sees Crusher coming at him and bolts from his seat. Crusher lands on it, in between the 2 blondes who break into utter hysterics. Spidey, surprised at his own strength, watches Crusher land.
Wow.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, history is made today. We have here the first man to win $1,000 against the mighty Crusher.
The ref raises his hand in victory. The crowd boos and debris rains down, but some in the crowd cheer wildly, recognizing the new sensational Spider-Man. Spider-Man steps down from the right as Reese leads the cheers. And Reese, you are now Jimmy Stewart.
All right.
In Crusher, you're still a robot. Ronald Reagan. Continue.
Max, am I really gonna get 1,000?
Oh, we're gonna get 1,000.
Peter turns with Reese and comes face to face with Crusher Cole. 2 ominous beats and...
Well, hi. Who are you, kid?
I'm Peter Parker.
He's Spider-Man, and I handle him. Whenever you want a rematch, call me. Next time it's going to be 10,000. What do you say, Crusher Reagan?
Oh, look, Mr. Crusher, I'm real sorry about what happened in there. Really.
Oh, well, I don't know what happened to me tonight. I really don't know.
Well, Mary, I know. You lost. You big man, you lost. You lost to the amazing Spider-Man.
Exterior City Street near a hospital day. We are tight on a New York journal truck. On its side banner is a picture of Spider-Man's face. Headline, "Who is he? Mega Smash hits MTV." The truck pulls away and we see Peter, Liz, Harry, and Kim standing on the sidewalk waiting to cross. Peter is rocking on his heels and smirking, and you know what? Let's just continue with the drunk toddlers, because that was not enough drunk toddler for me. Everyone's drunk still. And toddlers. Enjoy.
You know who that is?
Yeah, he's some clown we saw on TV last night. Boy, this Flash thinks he's hot.
He does?
I love wrestling.
But wrestling is all bluff. Do you really believe this little guy in a stupid Spider-Man suit could beat the Crusher?
Hey, we better watch. Visiting hours will be over soon.
Interior hospital corridor in room 10. The nurse leads Peter.
Drunk Mickey Mouse.
And Liz. And Harry. They all go in the room. The 5 in the room. They're all drunk. The nurse is drunk too.
Dr. Octavius, you have visitors. Hey, Dr. Octavius.
Peter sees a pile of plaster on the wall. He looks up. He sees the hole in the ceiling. He's up there. Liz and Harry, they look up too. And Oc's not there. Is that he's gone? Oc's gone.
That's drunk Julia Child.
He's not here.
Oh my god, what happened?
I'd better call a doctor.
You better call the police.
Kim screams. Yeah. Let's hear that drunk baby scream.
Amazing. All right, interior control room night. Ock is in a white hospital robe, walks through the surreal debris of his control room. Two Waldos reach out and sense the ripples on opposite walls. He runs a hand through his hair. We've got Ock and Wiener doing a scene together. You guys are doing things together. Ock and Wiener, you are... Oh, let's do it. Ock, you are Stewie, and
yes,
you're Peter, Ted. And here we go.
Oh, what a wreck. What a useless, wasted wreck. Okie dokie. Oh, I almost missed that one. Okie dokie. We rebuild you, my damaged darling. Bigger, better, hotter, world-class, super cyclotron.
We hear a noise behind him. There you go.
There you are, Doc. Where have you been? Whoa, this place is messed up.
Ock turns, Waldo's writhing. Wiener sees them and kinda ducks, remembering how he was hit by them once.
Whoa, Doc, you look a little messed up there yourself.
Ugh, where have you been, you imbecile?
I went to the wrestling, man.
Wrestling?
Well, I went after the kid. You still want that Parker's guy data, don't you?
Well, did you get it?
No, I followed him, but I lost him in the crowd.
Lost him? You?
Maestro, I promise. Soon, maybe by tomorrow.
You sniveling gutter snape. So, how was the wrestling?
Oh, it was fantastic. There was this new wrestler. He beat the mighty Crusher. You won't believe it. Nothing of a guy. Calls himself this stupid name, the Amazing Spider-Man? Would you believe it?
Spider-Man, huh? Well, maybe I'll just go and wrestle myself one of these days. With all my new arms, I'm sure I can beat Crusher or any other monster.
Suddenly, Ock throws out his Waldos from under his long white coat, grabs Wiener, and lifts him in the air, smiles cynically and with cruelty.
Bab? Oh, will I beat him, this Crusher? Will I beat him or not?
No. No, please. I mean, yes. Yes, you'll beat him easily. Let me down, please. I'll do anything for you.
Excuse me, where's my Parker data? Where's my Parker data, bitch? Give me the Parker data, you hear?
All right, now we're at the exterior of Peter Parker's rooftop day. A camera is mounted on a tripod facing us. A timer winds down and clicks. Reverse angle, camera's POV. Spider-Man is clinging to the side of a wall. We've got Spider-Man and Wiener. Let's go to the audience for this one.
All right, so Spider-Man, can we get a French Obama?
A French Obama. Okay. And Wiener.
Count Dracula with a toothache.
Yes. Oh, all right, good. Cool. You may begin, French Obama.
And one like this. And one looking real sincere.
The white eyes narrow to a slit. Click. Suddenly, he spots Wiener, tiptoes into the roof apartment. Spider-Man jumps in and grabs him.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking I want to find Peter Parker. Oh.
Oh, yeah. So why not use the front door?
Spider-Man throws him back onto the roof so that he almost slides over the edge. Wiener turns, facing Spider-Man.
Oh, hey, I know you.
You do?
I saw you crushing the Crusher. Ah.
Oh, so you like wrestling?
Spider-Man jumps and reaches Wiener.
I love it. You're the best wrestler I have ever seen. Please, don't hurt me.
Spider-Man picks up Wiener, throws him up to an antenna above the building to which Wiener clings desperately. Spider-Man circles the antenna.
Oh, please, don't kill me. Please help me down.
Of course, I'll help you down. I'm Spider-Man. He's a good guy, am I not?
Yes, you are.
Ow. Spider-Man jumps to the chimney, picks Wiener up in his arms, and whispers to him.
And by the way, Malia and Peter Parker does not live here anymore.
Spider-Man jumps with Wiener in his arms to the edge of the roof.
And tells the professor he can't have Peter's data. Goodbye.
Spider-Man drops Wiener off the roof, 3 floors straight down into the heavy bushes below. Wow, Spider-Man is a jerk. Just dropped a guy 3 stories. Interior, Electrodyne factory shop, day. A clerk is double checking a long list of items that our friend has ordered. And this clerk is played by Keeler. And let's actually get one from the audience for Keeler, for this clerk.
Okay. This is an aggressively competitive cheerleader.
Aggressively competitive.
Competitive cheerleader.
Wow. Okay. And then we've got Ock. Let's go in from the audience for Ock.
For Ock, let's go with an overly nervous theater kid.
Overly nervous theater kid. And the bank guard is, I believe, Isaac. And he is a man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, prepare yourself for this one. So this is a man who has finally gotten his kids out of the house. He is still married. He's very happy, but he was just diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So he's slowly degrading, but he won't let anyone at his job know that something is wrong with him. And also his kids don't know anything. He hasn't told his family about any of this diagnosis, and he wants to just continue life forward, just keep things the same without notifying anyone of what's going on with him, because he just wants to make sure everyone in his life remains happy, because everything has been perfect to this point.
Okay.
Good luck with that line that you have as the bank guard. All right, here we go. We may begin our scene with the clerk, the aggressive cheerleader. And you are muted right now. Oh, hold on. You're muted.
I'm sorry.
I saw the emotion. I saw the emotion there. It was there. But here you go. You may begin.
Holy cow, what are you building? Fella, a cyclotron? Okay, let's see here. Page 3, we got 30,000 feet of 50-gauge copper. Coax twin, 355 X K transformers, cadmium accelerator rails, a half dozen, a GBC accelerator, multi-phase transducer, and 1 yellow thermos. That'll be 475 99865.
Bravo.
Wrap it up!
What about the money? Or do you pay by credit card?
Cash will be back soon!
I do want to just say, I got Cheer House for your cheerleader portrayal. She was very happy. Continuing on forward.
Amazing!
Exterior street, outside of a bank, backdoor night. An armored truck rolls by and stops. 2 guards open the bank's doors. Suddenly, a Waldo smashes through the driver's side window of the armored truck, wrapping around the driver's neck and pulling him through the window. 2 Waldos shoot out and attach themselves to the rear window.
Papa!
What's going on here?
The Waldo knocks him over. Ock rips the door off. The truck is full of money bags.
And then my next line is supposed to be, oh my god, there's so many people out there. Cash!
Interior, Jameson's office, day. A photo assistant
You guys are laughing at me.
Photo assistant looks on as Jameson goes over Peter's latest photos. They are his Spider-Man shots. All right, Jameson again. I will need something from the audience there.
Oh, for you? Can
For
you
me.
be Raz from Monsters, Inc.?
Rise from Monsters, Inc. Okay, I'll try. All right, Rise from Monsters, Inc. That will be paired with Dr. Otto Scratch and Sniff from Animaniacs for Peter there. So here we go.
Woo. Doesn't he look amazing in that one? Look, he's flying in the air.
I don't care if he flies to the moon. He's just another wrestler in a silly costume. Look at this. Parker, right off the wire. This is the guy who hit the armored truck this morning. They say he has metal arms. Get me a picture of this character, Wazowski.
Metal arms?
4 of them.
Ark?
The web-faced weirdo. He is a joke in a Halloween costume. Don't make me laugh. He tears up Spidey's photos. Now get out of here and don't come back without something I can use.
Yes, sir.
I'm not a sir. Mega baloney. A bug in blue tights. What's next, Wazowski?
Mega smash on MTV.
Interior cyclotron room night. Wiener is putting on a clown suit. He fastidiously puts his ratty jacket on a hanger and hangs it on a pipe. The pipe turns into a snake. It is, in fact, a Waldo. We've got Ock and Wiener for a quick little scene here. Let's just reverse roles there. Ock, you're Marty McFly, and Wiener, you're Doc Brown.
Oh, what do you think you're doing?
I'm going to the masquerade. It's Halloween tonight, Doc. Aren't you coming to the school ball? Oh, you could go without an outfit.
A Waldo whips around Wiener's throat. Arrgh!
Bap, Doc. You're not going to any ball, clown. You're gonna get me to Peter Parker's data.
I was almost killed on my last try. Look at all these bruises.
I don't care if you come back dead. Just get it.
Cost you $1,000 if I get it.
The Waldo coils tightens around Wiener's throat.
Bap!
All right. Boss, please, let go.
Look, Doc, just get it, all right? I'm running out of time. If you fail me, you won't have to concern yourself with money anymore. Do you get me, clown? Doc? Doc?
Wiener croaks his assent. Interior, cafeteria night. It is all dressed up for a party. Harry is dressed as a spaceman. Peter wears his regular clothes. We got Harry, Peter, Roz, Liz, and Flash and Kim. Hey, we're getting close to the end here. Let's get the audience. Let's fill up all these roles for this next scene. We got a Halloween party here. So,
Okay.
Harry Osborn, which is Ted.
Okay, Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay. Okay, good. That's a good reaction,
okay.
Ted.
I'm going to need a Zoran on that, probably.
On that one? Shoot, Gordon Ramsay.
What are you doing? Look, this is how it's supposed to look. You don't know what this is. I don't know if this is right, but I'm cooking some fucking
angry
steak.
British man.
Just fucking do it. Run a restaurant.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's that. I'm sorry if Gordon's watching. And for Peter, let's get a voice for Isaac.
Any of the vampires from What We Do in the Shadows, movie or TV.
I know 0 of those characters.
Okay. I mean, if you want, I
Okay.
can give you one of those.
Taika Waititi.
I'll give you a different one. Mickey Mouse in his 80s.
Oh, an old Mickey Mouse. Nice. And then for Roz, which is actually Ted as well.
Okay, a chicken having an existential crisis after having crossed the road.
Amazing. Liz, let's get a voice for Keeler.
Yes, let's do someone who thought they were going to win a board game, only to lose at the last minute and is super mad about it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Flash, what are you going to do for yourself?
God, okay.
What isn't Flash going to do for himself?
God, the day after a major bender, looking at horror at what he created while wasted.
Amazing. And then finally we need something for Taya. Kim.
A Minnesota mom trying to discipline her kid.
Okay. So, to review, Harry is Harry, say your thing.
I am Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay!
And then you're also Roz. And what is your voice for Roz? Great. And then Peter. Sorry for
80-year-old Mickey Mouse.
Great. Let's go. Keeler.
Thought I was going to win a board game and really mad that I didn't. Story in
And
my real life.
Taya.
A Minnesota mom trying to discipline her kids.
All right, let's see the scene. Here we go.
You should have worn a costume! I told you to wear a costume!
It's embarrassing.
Oh, there's Liz.
Liz is crossing the dance floor dressed as an Indian princess in a mini dress.
Yeah.
Roz, dressed as a cowboy, ambles over.
Howdy, partners. Hiya, Mr. Roosevelt. Any word of Dr. Octavius? Nothing beyond what I read in the papers. I'm afraid he is not the same man we knew. You know, I've been digging through the notes of his experiments.
Peter follows Liz with his eyes. She takes a seat on the table next to Kim, who wears a harem girl outfit with the salamander around her neck. Next to Kim is Spider-Man. Peter's eyes go wide.
You boys must have had an extraordinary classroom experience.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm going to be a little late with my paper on the planetary conjunction, sir.
Whenever you're ready, I'll look at it. I know it's going to be an important work. And Peter, take my hat.
He hands Peter an oversized 10-gallon hat.
It is a costume party.
Peter and Harry make their way through the dance floor to the table. Peter can't take his eyes off of Spidey.
Look, there's Spider-Man.
Not the real one, I'm sure.
You can never be sure. All kinds of crazy stuff can happen at a masquerade ball.
I bet I know who it is.
As they take seats, Peter sees that Spider-Man is trying to read the Bugle's sports section by party light. Kim waves. Peter nods, and the big hat falls over his face.
Hi, Liz.
Liz moves to Flash, who's dressed in the Spider-Man costume.
Hi, Peter. Who is in the Spider-Man costume?
It's a very clever outfit you've got there, Flash.
Take a hike, asshole.
You recognize him?
His pretty blue eyes gave him away.
Anyway, who'll be sitting with you at the Halloween ball?
I want to dance. Okay, hey, Spider-Man, shall we Flash dance? God.
Hey, I know I'm to blame for all of this. I'm reading the paper, okay? Oh, God.
Liz turns with a mild pout. Nervously, Peter ponders his chances. Harry nudges him.
Take her now. It's easy.
Harry turns to Kim and does a clanking shimmy in the spacesuit.
Wanna dance? Shikriza!
I think that's supposed to be Scheherazade.
I don't know what I want.
Great.
I'm pooped.
I'm not.
She reaches for Harry's hand.
Jumping jelly beans, will you look at these pictures of Spider-Man? Wow, is this guy great or what?
Liz looks, she shrugs, then she shrieks.
Hey, Peter. These are your pictures?
Oh, it can't be.
Oh, God damn it. It says here photos by fucking Peter Parker.
Peter reacts, then looks over Flash's other shoulder. Insert. There are 3 photos of Spider-Man on the paper. Peter blushes, smiling.
You know, this guy, Parker.
Well, yeah, sort of.
Wow, I'll give you anything if you introduce us.
Will you grant me this dance?
Liz joins him provocatively.
Hey, Flashman, wanna dance?
Oh, wow. Fuck it. Jesus Christ, why not?
Peter is left alone. Peter leaves towards the entrance. At the rear door is a big lizard, and it passes him a note. It passes a note to a young woman in a baseball uniform. She climbs the stage where she is bathed in a spotlight. And she gets a drum roll from the band, and this young woman, played by Taya, will be a creepy witch.
Thank you, thank you. We have a special surprise guest tonight. The Empire State University Masquerade Ball presents the slammy winning star of MTV's wrestling tournament, the amazing Spider-Man.
Flash, amazed, turns to Liz. He points to himself and mouths, "Me?" The real Spidey drops down from the ceiling and lands in a pose. The crowd cheers. He does a flip to Liz and extends a hand. The band starts up. Liz demurs.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Jesus.
Liz takes Spidey's hand and they move slowly and sexily onto the dance floor. They do a short, simple number. Spidey returns Liz to Flash.
Oh, for fuck's sake, come on, Flash!
Flash takes Liz from Peter. Liz and Flash dance wildly. They finish to big cheers. The real Spider-Man slides to the center floor. The crowd backs away as Spidey spins out the greatest dance number in film history. There is precedent for Spider-Man dancing in Spider-Man 3, and it was set in 1993 in this dance. Thank you very much, Sam Raimi.
Which we all know is the best dancing in cinematic history.
Finger guns. Get on up. All right. It's amazing. It's great. Everyone loves it. He's all over the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling, on the glitter ball. He takes Liz and flies with her, then drops in a pose. Big cheers. Let's hear cheers for Spider-Man's dancing.
Yay!
Oh, man. What move?
You're welcome. I don't even know.
Okay.
What did I do?
All right. And Liz stops breathless, very near Spider-Man's face.
Who are you?
One day, you'll know.
You sound very fucking familiar.
Sure I do. I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
He jumps away and disappears, leaving the crowd aghast and Liz in love. Interior Ben and May's family room night. Ben is flicking through the channels of his TV, aggravated as usual. It's all rock videos. All right, so for this, I will need a suggestion from the audience for Ben.
All right. How about any of the vampires from What We Do in the Shadows?
Great. I will do that one. I will do Matt Berry in that one. Cool. And then we need something for Spider-Man.
A drunk whose accent gets thicker as he drinks.
What accent is that?
Whatever you want.
Great. So an accent gets thicker the more he's been drinking.
Who's gonna build it?
A cabbie. We need a cabbie. Taya is the cabbie.
Okay. Taya is in the middle of getting a tattoo.
Great. Aunt May as well appears in this scene. So another one for Taya.
A person riding a roller coaster.
Okay. And then Wiener. Wiener is here as well.
Can we get a Christopher Walken?
All right, Christopher Walken. There we go. All right, let's see what we got here. And I am someone from What We Do in the Shadows, Uncle Ben, as a vampire. Here we go. What a bunch of crap! Goddamn rock and roll screwed up the whole TV! He flicks off the set and turns to May, who's asleep on the couch. He gently nudges her. Come on, May. Wake up and go to sleep. Exterior, taxi night. It enters the East River Drive. Interior, taxi night. As the city rolls by.
Hey, can't you go any faster?
What am I in? A race?
I don't know. I get this tingling in my brain like some dagger is lurking just ahead. I'm worried about Aunt May and Uncle Ben.
Your family?
Well, they are kind of my parents. They raised me. I lost both my parents in a car accident. Please step on it.
Stepmother. So now you want me to kill yourself in another accident? Not with me, Wojciech.
Well, I'm telling you, I've got this.
Tingly, I know, and I got ulcers. Everything's got something to worry about.
Please, faster, please.
Okay, you asked for it.
Interior, Ben and May's bedroom night. A glass shatters. Aunt May sits up in bed with a start.
What's up?
What? It's nothing. Go back to sleep. Oh, another crash. I'll go look, I guess. Go back to sleep. Sleep.
Interior, Ben and May's kitchen night. Wiener is going through the drawers. He finds a nice bone handle knife and pockets it. You're muted, Ted.
Wow.
Interior, Ben and May's living room night. Ben descends the stairs from the bedroom. Exterior, taxi night. Taxi driving fast through the streets. Interior, taxi.
Some crazy town, huh? Hear about that hold up? The guy with the 6 hours? Hey, I see you all on this job. What kind of outfit is that anyway?
Look, I'm really in a hurry.
Bang! A blowout. The cabbie fights the wheel to the side of the road. Then he turns to Spidey.
You said the magic words. We have a flat, Wojciech.
Interior, Ben and May's family room night. Ben comes in and looks around. A long beat, then a noise.
Bloody mice!
Interior, Ben and May's dining room night. A very scared Wiener hides, eyes widening. Wiener takes the bone handle knife from his pocket. It glints in the moonlight. He moves off. Interior, Ben and May's kitchen. Ben is looking for mice. He opens a closet. Nothing. He shifts around. Nothing. He moves off. Exterior, 59th Street Bridge. The cabbie slowly changes the tire. Fearing the worst, Spidey gets out, looking for a ride. A truck appears. Spidey looks down at the cabbie and then up at the truck.
Ooh, hey, you want to hand me the luggage?
He looks up to see Spidey go by, stuck to the side of the truck like a spider.
Ah, some crazy kind of town.
Exterior, truck night. Spidey stares at the lettering on the side of the truck. It says Victory Sporting Goods.
Sporting goods.
Interior, Ben and May's dining room. Ben comes in quietly. He looks around. He opens a closet. Nothing. He hears a crash. He wheels. A shadowy figure runs by a doorway. Ben takes off like a shot. He runs through the various rooms. Ben flies in and goes right to the rifle on the wall. We hear Wiener clattering around the house in the background as Ben goes to a drawer and pulls out a box of bullets. He begins to fight the bullets into the rifle. Wiener comes flying in and tackles him. Then they fall to the floor. 4 hands on the rifle. They scuffle.
Wow. All I want is the kid's computer crap.
Let's go before I blow your brains out.
I mean, let go. Let's not go to anywhere together. Let's just let go of the thing, is what I meant to say. Exterior, Forest Hill Street night. The truck pulls away, leaving Peter in a pool of street lamplight. He's wearing a football jersey and shorts and carrying a sports bag. He begins to run. Interior, Ben and May's bedroom. May hears a crash. She pulls the covers up around her chin in fear.
Let go, damn it!
Ted, you're muted.
Wow, my lines, they weren't highlighted.
Sometimes they don't, I'm sorry.
You let go.
Exterior, Ben and May's house night. Peter runs up and hears a shot. He runs inside. Interior, Peter runs in. He sees Wiener standing there with the rifle. They face off across the room. The moment hits Peter like a punch in the chest.
Uncle Ben!
Peter!
Peter rushes to Ben.
Oh my god. Uncle Ben.
Peter tries to revive Ben. well, wiener runs out. And that concludes part 1 of James Cameron's Spider-Man. Will Uncle Ben survive the next part? Who knows? Who possibly knows? Also, Taya, I'm curious, what tattoo were you getting?
Oh, it was a picture of a piece of popcorn.
Oh, well, that's great. Are you a fan of popcorn? Or the
I love popcorn.
Okay, you love popcorn. That's great.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, too, you make very tiny food as
I
well.
do. You can go to Hot Dog City USA on Etsy or Instagram and find tiny little foods.
I really like the chicken sandwich one that you made the other day. That was really delicious looking, actually. That's the thing, is they're tiny, but they look like you should eat them.
No, that Tiny Chef is a professional and has it covered.
You guys should team up.
I would love that.
Well, thank you all very much for joining for part 1 of Spider-Man. We've actually ended on a good time here. This is amazing. We actually did stuff right. So thank you. We're going to be back next Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, to do the second half. And then following that, we'll be doing a reading of the Scriptment, which features Electro and Sandman, who I think were originally going to be like Lance Henriksen and Michael Biehn or something. Just basically James Cameron working with the exact same people over again to be like, who do I work with? Yeah, you're the bad guy now. Oh, you're the bad guy too. Okay, great. I'm fine. I got money.
Hey, this pot and kettle moment, Zoran.
Quiet. I'm working with new people here. There are new people in this as well. All right. And there will be a new person next week because I believe David is not going to be able to make it next week, sadly. So we'll have a new Doc Ock for next week, and it will still be delightful. And the Doctor has appeared. That is my Pomeranian, the Doctor, if you don't know, down there. But yeah, I think that's about all I have for you there. Thank you to the chat for all the amazing suggestions, and thank you to all. A lot of fun. You all did amazing, and I got a lot of wonderful laughs out of it. So that's all that really matters, right? Yeah. Woo! So, guys, continue remembering that in a summer without movies, it's better than nothing. Is that my catchphrase?
Well, maybe have them soon, but we're here in the meanwhile.
Yes, we're in the meantime while there are no movies out there. But, hey, who knows what will happen in the future. All right. Love you all. Keep being good people. Mwah. 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 I am going to end the stream. Goodbye to everyone. Yes,
Juneteenth.
remember,
Here we go.
Juneteenth. Stay informed. Keep helping. Make the world a better place than when you found it. That's what we're all here to do. All right.
Goodbye.
Hi, audience. You rock, audience.